Yantia Muniama Wakwaba and Famra Pepe Soyez channel so it was YouTube. It on Yamiasi and 2nd of July 2025, the 7th month of the year. Yankrum Potrediampo Edia Shimu and then da a tosso minu. Dear Kanasa Seda Enka Okesianitin. Now, Yatrasi Unindada, Sidi Si Jumano, Yadi a goodie on Semono, Papa Pan and a Debrel. Now, predominantly, we run Asante Kotoko stories for obvious reasons. Yasha fono, eno anompa somoshe, enunchi yade bremu. Na anopay news amedinamano ensheda enye de. Isan se Andrews Ntim enu pepe, Asante Kotoko, workaholic midfielder, wano out with an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Sad story, sad news. Meba na maba be juma and so ede ama Kotoko issue an official statement ede ababonten mekenkan ede ama mo mo hwe bi video enura chi we catch us when you stop to say a prayer, don't forget to say one for Andrews Ntim pepe na menim dia meka semna ha adwen but meba so na maye ho juma ede ama. Now in the absence of Andrews Ntim, Asante Kotoko would have to get more options. It way you can say the number of players at Kotoko Everton it may increase. What I say because ACL there between 6 and 9 months and a branch air tranche, he may be out for the entirety of next season. Now branch and in the last season, quickly Kotoko must negotiate with him for contract extension, take very good care of him. Now, I'll come into that detail. So, who are the players likely to replace Andrews Ntim? Names popping up. Names Babontain. Names Basu. All the names. Any contacts Asante Kotoko. And penny for a I'm going to take you through some names, Near I have discussed as usual. Yeah, Ewahano. Sa enetier. Me patrose na ene da edikan a wo hwe yem video yi bia subscribe to channel na FMI we Pepe Soyez channel e wo YouTube na so na wo hwe. This channel is dedicated to cover our domestic football news, predominantly Asante Kotoko news. Eti bia ne na video yi twam a wo so ho bi na wo hwe. But mo dey also subscribe to channel no e dey amaye very important. So subscribe e dey amaye. Now o subscribe you na jumadi no o comment bia wase a na o de aba na yenso ya hwe comment rim. Others who come to watch this page ebehwe o comment at the amount. Averagely our videos do like 5,000 views per video, so 5,000 people are likely to see your comment. And until you comment yeah man any devoid of insults, man devoid of attacks, man devoid of insinuations and aspersions. Man abusive. You know I can kind commentary pa. Omombe I can kind comment no. Na wajan sana yako. So Andrews Ntim I out for a very long time. Yababa na yababa chere adwene no de afa ho na yedi nkomo no. Afei mamemfa nto dwa say one thing we also do, and it's a possible replacement for Andrews Ntim. Yebe won juma Asante Kotoko start your activity. Kotoko nankasa already in the transfer market are looking for defensive midfielders, holding midfielders. And so we'll discuss all of that as we move along with this particular video. A brebema Asante Kotoko campaign for a shishebi off the field. And you may be a koso. And on Shebe near Kwakwe Mojuma at the amount. Oh, yeah, video we I say thank you so much. Mamin Sasia FM free Andrews Ntim. A branch I joined Kotoko 2 seasons ago. Prosper nete ogun ena edne ba Asante Kotoko. And at the time and obaye. A branch the first season and shada enye. About 8 games to the end of the 2023-2024 season, Andrews Ntim started showing brilliance and flashes of what he can do. Or statistics will show flashes of brilliance. And no, and a buy the more time. Yeah, players be Kotoko eja omukwan. Andrews Ntim there. Kotoko enja require. Season na itwam no, the most improved Kotoko player on the masere There's Mr. Opariwo for Ikrom. Or see Pepe. Me no nya adwede bia wo kan Ntim Manu asem. Yes, I agree to improve obobo no pa. But so we so anytime we lose ball bia no. I am dangerous at the Asante Kotoko. Those are the kind of discourse I like. Some discussions here me pepper because wa tackle. O see Pepe me say Ntim Manu your boy. And I me chema say players of more Kotoko a me no more direct relationship with Ntim Manu nkan ho. On say me straightforward pa. Ntim Manu players of more Kotoko. Ah, me no ekasa one on one. Onka ho. I do my work solely on objectivity. And the objective opinion of Pepe's Rise is a season just gone by season. If you are looking for the most improved, it does not necessarily make him the best player, but the most improved player of Asante Kotoko. For me, Andrews Ntim Manu. Based on the first season, you are the man, and the second season, Ubetwakasa branch, was Shemukena over 200 to 300%. Based on the first season, 2022-2023. Osho 2023-2024. Osho 2024-2025 season e boye na. Kotoko player bi ani wa obon ho so e chen Andrews Ntim Manu. And that is one of the reasons Abraham me penasem yi pa. Now Asante Kotoko team no, this is fact. When your opinion no. But we my opinion no. Fact is that the Kotoko team no player or ball the greater number of minutes. Player or ball minutes dodo pa. Abraham din de Andrews Ntim Manu. One and a ball minutes and do part of Asante Kotoko. Player be any Kotoko team in the Premier League. We catch us say Andrews Ntim Manu a ball about 32 games. 32 games. Now, so I shall when you play or starting game at a frame. Apart from the 3 game or boy or record, Andrews is not the type of player who starts a game and is substituted. And he played 32 games throughout the season for Asante Kotoko. Different positions. Defensive midfield, central midfield. Okay, I said, Blay, every boss central defensive midfield. No, he moved to the central midfield number 8, box to box. Oh yeah, Juma Bibi, Edema Kotoko, season a no. And Andrews Ntim Manu, a branch a name no say, we injured, inti we pra a branch into me, injured. Now you say Ntim Manu, other positions will be to Abono, the left back row, or wafano, or training no. And the ball left back row no kakra iti ho utimi ebo sa position a enya asam ketwa season e twam no abranche no or amasi minutes papa. But in the Ghana Premier League in general okura over 119 games in the Ghana Premier League combined last season 32 games and abranche the Ntim Manu e boy a FA Cup no obo matches sa wo be ka ho a me sure only play obo minutes dodo as a Kotoko player. Kotoko team no who play or ball minute dodo pa Andrews Ntim Manu. That player is injured and out. And let me read the Asante Kotoko official statement. One at the Babon to quite heartbroken, but over anything, injuries are a part of the game. The Biamekacho said the worst form of injury that you may not want to wish for your worst enemy. ACL injury, anterior cruciate ligament injury. It is a worst form of injury you may not want to. One person what time for crab in your sense a hard journey. Bone. Players be cover na reduce momentum, venom, be swati. Nano Rodri, Man City and Ahila, as I crown a pick another injury. And Nina because of the ACL now. A branch out Rodri, the Spanish boy Rodrigo Cascante, who won the Ballon d'Or 2 seasons ago. No, or not Echo Peke. Now, this is the official announcement. Ntim Manu out with injury. I'm reading from the Kotoko official publication. Asante Kotoko SC can confirm that midfielder Andrews Ntim Manu has sustained an anterior cruciate ligament ACL injury and is set to undergo surgery in the coming days. The injury was sustained during a recent FA Cup victory over Golden Kick, where the midfielder was hauled off 5 minutes into the second half and following a thorough medical assessment, an imaging, that's an MRI, an imaging Our medical team and expert doctors advise that surgical intervention is required. Recovery and rehabilitation are expected to rule him out of action for approximately 9 months. 9 months. This is not good. This is definitely not a good news. This is undoubtedly a significant setback for both the player and the club as we begin preparations for the CAF Confederations Cup as well as the new season. Andrews was the linchpin in our midfield last season, demonstrating his exceptional commitment and quality on the pitch. Everyone at Asante AC stands firmly behind Andrews during this difficult period, extremely difficult period. The Kotoko statement, I don't know. Mr. Ramo, this is not the time to berate an injured player. See, it is not a time to point the mistakes. Nasa koye say, and wanye say, and wokoye say, and to wada, and payufu booze haben there. The respect of pass and to dawati. Say, yes, sir, you will not come out to try, say, oh, but I'm a berate player, no, I'm a chredier, na as warrior, and the nonsense warrior. You don't do that. A difficult moment. Extremely difficult moment at the Emma Abranche, you know. It do say pure encouragement is what is needed. It do say pure encouragement is what is needed. You encourage the player and then you try as much as possible. Say player no, oh bena, na oh test no. If you are making any public pronouncement around this, you must make a statement that seems we are concerned. And you're saying now you don't do that. Very, very wrong approach. So that is it for Andrews Ntim. Your bumpire, you will be Mfama Pipi. Andrews Ntim. Yanko, your next story. So Andrews Ntim, Asante Kotoko midfield. Let me give you a clear picture of what the midfield looks like today. Season 8, we have 6 midfielders. Andrews Ntim, Abrante did Justice Blay, Babayaya, Emmanuel Enchi, Samuel Tenedu, and Michael Chikamara. Now season a baby, you know. Samuel Tenedu injured, and Kotoko wanted to either send him on loan or sell him out. Clearly, as a coach, you're part of the plans. But here can say Onio, even with preseason, I say Onio. Then Che Jamana already released out and answered the contract as soon as you call. Blay and so Ediana Koi BBO. So these are 3 out of the 6 midfielders. Or more is here, you know. Babaya ya. Abrante de Emmanuel Entry. And Ntim. So these 3, they were there. Yen Tachi Omo. 3 in Justice Blay, Ntim, Justice Blay, Che Jamana, and Teredu and available as we speak. Then the 3 that are available to Makwa, which is Andrews Ntim, and planning a long-term injury. Kotoko out to central midfielder in Hubejew. To say Kotoko 3 midfielders. And even with the 6 last season, I used to do videos. Now my catch was Kotoko midfielders, you know, number nusa. Until now that almost 3. And 3 in Swasha. Omunyano predominantly central midfielders, and Baba is an attacking midfielder. So Emmanuel Entry is a central midfielder. A branch of the thing at the Ubejo a central midfielder. Baba is attacking. Kotoko a more men in the middle. That is the truth of the matter. Makacho says Sante Kotoko midfielder the air no. Say there. A branch of the thing at the Seth Kojo or say formerly of Asokwa Deportivo. One of our Sante Kotoko. Mama Seth a profile ye. Seth is not a central midfielder or a holding midfielder. Naturally, or a number 6. He's a winning. Sometimes a more player profile near they get it wrong. And for Seth there, make me the sense me work catch and say unim na odi person bra call coach Kamara of Namura squad Namura FC, formerly a squad Deportivo. Nakoda I don't know. Ye team ne dia. Akwada no ebo typical number 6, left-footed number 6. General chi na me chechi ma che say wa oni muda siru salifu no abranche ni muda. Typical number 6 10 time ho de papa. Could be Quebec so sintari pa. Ne ho de. Kotoko ednaba Otimibo as left back, Otimibo as a central midfielder, Otimibo as an advanced midfielder number 10, Otimibo as a left wing forward. So left wing back and then left wing forward in Yan. A branch in between Abo. But in position pa obi onim set bi adim no. Number 6 rule. E ho no obo. Set or say kojo. Kotoko na wie. So that is one player to add to the midfield. Now me catch am say the bear avoided a situation where the coach will be tempted. So about Samba Ndongani. I was the number 6 rule. No? Kotoko will have to give the coach options. Kotoko is my coach options. So the bear he will not be tempted because somebody there kaka what the name number 6 no who reduce the value of the player, who reduce the quality of the player, and who reduce the effectiveness on the field of play. That is fact. It is no opinion. We're not opinionated. I've stated fact. Nti Kotoko ehia more midfielders. So Seth Kojo edian done. Obeka de wo say see ano which is Emmanuel Ntwi, Hubejau, Babayaya, na he 4. Still a short of the number. So Kotoko are in the transfer market. Na mamenka semwe. Sir, it is very good that Kotoko are looking for players of age. So Seth is 23. Hubejau 20. Emmanuel Ntwi, I think 24, 25. Babayaya age, around 24, thereabout. Very good. But in all of that, Kotoko must add experience with players almost on Bubia channel. And your problem. Young kind of infant when you play a beer and a club, the intent is to resell the player. And you play a beer. If you have a player who is 27, 28, can give you 2, 3 absolute seasons, you can buy that player. And you'll be an Abaton. You'll be a. So I think that I agree with the IMC. They have their policy. Policy is to recruit players of more age, resale value near the home. But say, we should be to say Johnson or 27 or 28. Resale value need to say age, But Robert Maba, better. Zakaria Fuseni, 27 getting to 28. But I'm sure there is a single person who has complained about Zakaria Fuseni, the age and the ball between your ball, because we all know him. Nti Kotoko deal for Sadiq Al-Hassano and yet completely offer. Management should reignite the conversation. Reignite the conversation. Because Sadiq is consistent in the last 2 seasons. Sadiq Betiyama another 2 seasons consistent. Sadiq any record of injuries. So what I say. And you cannot construct a new midfield with only young players. You need players of whom fear na kwa ni mu no nyini no ni ball no ball. Na ne ho oden. It is Sadiq Al-Hassano e dey abeka. I'm not doing PR for Sadiq. Nyame na me link it to Kotoko. Kotoko mpa you for ni ko di nkomo no na me nka ho nyame na me board din. But the inkomodi a ekoso. And so if you get him a crucial, very very crucial. On Sunday, mo share me live stream na me here no Sunday. Na me ka say Apia McCarthy. This was the first time I wanted to hold the hand of Apia McCarthy. Na me am na kompanyini bi ho akoka che na ekotoko ne hasasem na meka. Me nya bi da if he say me yen sancho adwuma yi over 20 years in this business. Me mfa play and call kotoko da. When Samuel Pokunti, the Lord of the Green Turf, one of my best friends, kotoko panyini no, ma mfa play and call da. It is not part of what I do. But Apia McCarthy, na me tell say beginning Gold Stars. No money willing so make extended the stay no. She said your mouth for 1 year contract extension the man on sign. Na my dream say we holding and say and na call Didi Dramani because Didi is a good friend of mine. Me ya my son and son na ko busa coach Karim Zito say coach pa Apia McCarthy. Na me busam panyifo ahwe so ho pena me ja branch and manager na ko negotiations but this Bibiani Gold Stars offer 1 year contract extension. And then I'm just picking reports, Kotoko, scouts and coaches now, I'm recommending players. On say BBC na BB ba, ubi abo Apia McCarthy at their chair and up in Kano. The contract with Bibiani Gold Stars are very here. The 1 year contract extension proposal Gold Stars German on sign. Oh, for Apia McCarthy, I'm a fan as a free player today. If Kotoko are interested, Apia McCarthy will come and give you solidity in a central midfield. Apia McCarthy by age now, 27 years. You see how time flies. I just say, but when McCarthy was 8, 9, 10, Asoko Royals, Asoko Deportivo, yeah, coast team, no. Apia McCarthy, me fans, me na manager, no me need to say. Buying boots and all of that. Oko PMO National Under 17. Olidi Prempe College. At the Prempe College, the Asante Regional Boys Soccer Competition. Everyone was Asante Gold. Eko prime Dr. Kwaku Frimpong. And Ipamu, a shut the man won then team and the BBL Gold Stars. At Gold Stars season when the season started, he was injured. But no turn in the last 10 games, o show ni influence at the team, It's your mouth for 1 year at the amount. Matidi, no yamana mebo. It is no cry. The age here 27. Ebia unko to Apia McCarthy with the intent to sell him. Apia McCarthy wa court trials or underlet in Apia. Prebi behano. Inti ubetumi atono to solidify the midfield of Asante Kotoko. I've heard it. Again, Matia Brancher did Lord Hilary Addo. Lord Hilary Addo, a young player. Now or a captain at the Real Tamale United. So season here IT for the Division 2 for ever boy league ni bino. Lord Hilary Addo is a kind of mamo. And over free transfer to Samates 1996. Now Samates for any Kotoko Edding Komo Aquachire. I'll give you details pa or Sankomodiano Aquachire. Lord Hilary Addo, I think he's 21 years of age. Yes, he was born on the 13th of March 2004. Or a defensive midfielder. Lord Hilary Addo. The conversation about the price ready made here. Samates demanding 300,000 Ghana cedis. Kotoko hovering around 150, thereabout. Not bad. Samates are bad business, but Samates have their right to name price of their player and negotiate. Negotiations there. Or Champions League experience. So Samates, Champions League 4 games, a branch about 3, who could 270 minutes in the Champions League. That is experience that will help us and take Kotoko. League from RTU to Samates, a 62 games in the club branch. Last season, who players almost ball matches do at the match Samates na Lord Hilary Addo Ekamo. Na branch me hwehwem as a obo games pa league no about 33 games out of 24. And obo Champions League nyensa 36 games last season. 21 years. The team up. So no so ebetimi abaye adwuma. Now there is another player. It was my ball Ntim is our main story. But my Baba bought 3 more players. Apia McCarthy diabem. Maka set cause you say as much now. My Lord Hilary Addo. Mame emfa last one in chat was no mesa nations kwa ye no Sadik no say Kotoko can reactivate as quickly as possible. The chat one a branch the thing a day Frank Abankwa Isiakan Edema Ona Usiakan ma BBL Gold Stars. I'm hearing say Gold Stars as well party ways with Frank Abankwa. Another fine player. But age no anymore. Frank is 31 years. He was in 1994, 31. He may put you off. Senya Sadia. Last season about 29 games. A branch about 29 games. Actually 2 goals. About 1,936 minutes for BBL Gold Stars last season. Frank Amankwa as an American. Frank is also a defensive midfielder. Out to boss central midfield road, but when you need 31. So these are the players I am picking. So Asante company for no. Edi ho enkomo. Yen hwe baabi abekwa kusie. Na yen hwe se de eno so ebesi akọ. Ade ama Asante Kotoko. Sad news. Obo mpaya Bobi Efama Andrews Ntim Pepe. It is extremely sad. Sir Branch. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God be with us all. God bless.